Welcome to Fear Babes Podcast, a podcast made for Fear Fam members by Fear Fam members.
We would like to remind you that Fear Babes Podcast is not affiliated with the Project Fear crew in any way.
Everything we discuss on this podcast is strictly our own opinions.
My name is Madeline.
My name is Burgundy.
My name is Jamie.
And we are the Fear Babes. Hi guys, welcome back to Fear Babes Podcast for our 4th episode. Who would have thought? Here we are.
4 episodes.
4 episodes in.
Last week we discussed the second episode of Project Fear, which was the return to Sweet Springs, and the crew had separated and slept alone. We brought you some of our favorite moments, favorite evidence, the most random commentary, and comments from other Fear Fam members off of our Twitter. Not to mention all the fucking chaos that we gave you, like butthole antennas.
This week we'll be discussing Chelsea's episode, which was at Old Hospital on College Hill. We will give all of our favorite moments, favorite evidence, and more.
Yeah. So, what were your guys' overall thoughts and opinions on the episode? Because let me just tell you, this one was wild. It was so funny, though. It had me cackling the entire time I was watching the episode. Like, I wasn't even scared. Sweet Springs, I was scared. But this episode, I was like, like...
Just like that. Yep. Heard her. All the way from North Carolina.
Okay, fucking Dracula.
Let's just talk about how I have the most manly laugh ever. Like, one day...
At least you don't sound like me. I'm a fucking, like, tea kettle that's about to be done. I'm like...
Dude, I definitely had my moments. But I can't help it, though. I mean, like, it was just so funny, and I'm just like... And then I
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, so that was my laugh. I bet you all think that that's so hot. Same.
Yep.
Jay, what were your overall thoughts and opinions?
Y'all know I love Destination Fear, but this just went above and beyond. I think it was better. Just the fact that we got to have so much evidence just tossed all in, and it just didn't stop the whole freaking time. So much activity going on all night long, and we got to see almost all of it. It was just absolutely phenomenal. So well done on Chelsea's part. Even though she's like, oh, I don't want to be mean. Yeah, who's going in here last?
Be mean, Chelsea. Be mean.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Chelsea. You said it was really hard to say, but came off the tongue really well. I knew it was going to be Alex, though. I sat there as she was saying, who annoyed me the most? I was like, yeah, it was Alex.
Well, he did say she was going to be a raging B word. And then she woke up and he's like, B is for beautiful. Like, we all didn't know what the fuck he meant.
Little asshole.
Very funny. Very funny.
So funny.
So I thought this episode was a perfect blend of comedy and, like, what the fuck at the same time. Like, some of the evidence they caught was insane. But we'll get into that. Also, when Chelsea's in control, she just does not fuck around at all. And I love it. We are here for bad bitch Chelsea, 100%.
Yeah.
Bad bitch Chelsea!
Bad bitch Chelsea!
You a bad bitch.
Shall we talk about our favorite moments? The van, when they were in the van and Chelsea's trying to sleep, and the guys were just like, yeah, we'll be quiet. And they're just like, you know, going back and forth. Hey, yeah, we'll shut up. We'll be quiet for a while. And they're just being so fucking chaotic. Chelsea was way nicer about that than I would have been. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, I would have been like, shut the fuck up.
Same.
Catchphrase. Yeah, I've realized, I've just fully accepted that is my catchphrase now. Like, once Jamie said it, I got really self-conscious, and now it's just a thing. So, yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep, bitches. I would go full Madeline, and I would become sleeping bitchy.
Literally, don't fuck with me in my sleep. I would have been so pissed off. That actually happens. Like, I know that I talked about it last week in last week's episode as well. If you haven't heard last week's episode, go listen to it. Episode 3 of Feelbabe's podcast. I was talking about how I just feed into my brother's chaos. But sometimes I have to just sit there and be like, if y'all don't shut the fuck up. Like, every time that we go on, like, a long road trip, like when we go to Florida, if we go to Orlando, it's like an 8.5-hour drive, and they start doing chaotic shit like Alex and everybody else. And it's like, guys, please, we're in the car for 8.5 hours. Can I please just take one singular nap? Please. So I would have decked him in the face.
Yeah, facts. Sleeping bitchy about to go full wrestler on your ass.
Oh, 100%. 100%. My favorite moment was also a funny one. So there was like the editing. It was towards the end of the episode where they were all standing. I don't recall where. I probably should have made a note of that. But they were all standing around, like the whole entire crew. And Dakota punched the Destination Fear logo away. And then there were sparkles around the word new guy when he said, I'm a new guy now.
That was hilarious.
I was like, oh my God. Like, I love being able to see that kind of editing in it. Because they can do whatever the fuck they want now. I like it so much better than Destination Fear already.
It's so good. It's just so good. So good. What it Mads, in the famous words of Madeline, it's so fucking awesome.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, I don't have words a lot of times. Like, my brain will sit there and it'll just come to a very quick halt. And I'll be like, well, the only thing I can produce right now is 2 words. Fucking awesome. That's it.
Awesome. And Jamie, your favorite moment.
You know how I feel about the minivan moments? Just the chaos of all of it. It shows their personalities so much, and just I love how unafraid they are to be themselves. Like, they're so goofy, and it's just absolutely freaking hilarious, and I enjoy the absolute shit out of it. So much fun to watch.
I know. I love that we get to see them just be them.
Yeah, Travel Channel who?
Who the fuck is that?
For real, like...
Discovery, okay. No one.
I do want to say this. I kind of miss the relationship that all of us had with whoever was running Travel Channel social media.
Oh, speak for yourself, homie. I always get ignored.
Really?
That's it. I always get ignored.
We did, for the most part, like, I did see that a lot of Fear Fam, like, when we would live tweet.
They usually were good, yeah. I think I only got retweeted, like, one time.
But you want to know something? I don't know if it changed, like, the person who was running it, like, back in 2020, 2021. I don't know if that person left or what, but it seemed like the Travel Channel social media pages kind of went downhill back at, like, last year in 2022. I don't know if anybody else felt that way, but, like, I was just kind of like, man, it's not as fun anymore.
The one thing I do miss is everybody live tweeting together.
I do miss that.
Fun. Like, Melissa, Fear Friends, was trying to, like, kind of get that going. But then, like, she posted a poll and asked people if they want to do Friday or Saturday, and everybody, like, the majority voted Friday, but then she's live tweeting yesterday, and, like, nobody else is. This is like, where'd everybody go? It used to be so fun. I just love seeing my Twitter. Mostly, I just love seeing my Twitter filled with nothing but Fear Fam content, so.
It's so hard, though, having it all different times that it releases. Because at least, like, when we first started to do the live tweeting, we all watched it at the same time.
Well, not like the last, like, season 4 wasn't like that, though, because it would drop at midnight, and everybody just agreed to live tweet at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What's crazy to me, though, is how, like, people genuinely want to live tweet, but I feel like people don't because the crew aren't doing it. If the crew did live tweet, a lot more people would interact on social media about it. That's just my opinion. But I know that everybody's kind of, like, busy. And, like I love live tweeting, but I genuinely forget.
Yeah.
Especially when there's not constant posts from the crew saying, we're live tweeting at 9, we're live tweeting at 9. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly why I brought it up, because I'm like, hopefully maybe somebody will listen to this and be like, oh yeah, we should probably do that again. Just a suggestion, like, I think it would help. I don't think it would hurt at all. So in the season 4, it's like no different, because people would watch it all day long, Friday or Saturday, whatever day it released, on Discovery Plus, and then everybody would still agree to live tweet at the same time. So like, I don't get why we can't do that with YouTube. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. We literally could do that.
What was your guys' favorite evidence from the episode? Mine probably was when they were on the second floor and they were talking to the nurse, and she came over on the recorder and said, "He's a bad man." I have this thing where there's some locations that I just get really attached to. So it was Trans-Allegheny with Dean and Rolling Hills with Roy, that they just kind of hit different, and it genuinely like made me sad to my core, and I just felt like some kind of like draw, like I wanted to connect with those people. And last night when they talked about the nurse and that EVP came through, I had tears in my eyes, and I don't know why, but that specific part just kind of got me, and I just think it was really cool, but also really freaking sad that she's still there and apparently in fear of whatever's on the 4th floor.
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
You big old McGoofy stupid doofus head.
Yeah, Mark.
McGoofy stupid.
You McGoofy stupid. We
No,
probably should taunt mean spirits.
No, we probably shouldn't, but I will say I do remember, like, you, Jamie, having those connections to those spirits, because I remember you like texting me about it, and you were like, I don't know why. Didn't you have a dream?
I did. Trans-Allegheny.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know if it's just what I do, like my connection, I guess, like kind of outcasts in a way, like how he was bullied by the people in his room, and they made it seem like he was like on the spectrum or like Down syndrome, something like that, like he had a mental disability.
Yeah.
And I just hold that so close to my heart that like maybe that was why I had such a connection to that. I don't know what it is that gets me, but it just does.
It's very interesting, and this is like kind of what I experienced with Sweet Springs. It's the only location I have watched every single episode of Destination Fear and so far Project Fear, right?
Yeah.
It's so weird how you have specific connections to either a spirit or a location itself, even through a television screen. I mean, I've never been to Sweet Springs, obviously. I stated that. Never even been to the state of West Virginia. Why did I have a draw to that location? That still haunts me to this day. It's just different. It's so strange, but I wonder what that's about. Is it because we're, kind of like empathic? Is it because certain things we're drawn to those? I don't know. It's the strangest thing.
For whatever reason, you just feel connected to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like if I had or you had gone to a location and, you felt a connection, I feel like that makes a little bit more sense, right? Because you're on the property, you're feeling that energy in real time. But this is weird. Like, it just feels weird. And I do wonder if it's because we're empathic. Every single one of us are. And I find that very interesting, how it impacts us so much.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's cool in a way, but it also, at the same time, I'm just like, well, add another place to the list, I guess.
It's cool, but when it like affects you personally and like stuff like that, it kind of becomes impactful to where you're just kind of like, what the fuck? I don't want to feel these things. It has nothing against the spirits, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, why am I feeling so deeply about these things? It's not a personal experience.
So my thought process on it is like, what am I supposed to do with those feelings? Like, am I feeling that for a certain reason, or is it just because I'm an emotional bitch and I get attached to literally anything and everything?
All of the
It's-
above.
Yeah. It's such a weird feeling. Like, maybe I'm supposed to do something, but then,
Yeah.
like, what am I supposed to do? You can't just, like, walk into a place and be like, hey, I'm going to go and, like, pass on the spirit. Peace out. If you and your location. You know, like, it's very bizarre just how little we freaking know about our thoughts and our feelings.
Right.
It's a very interesting thing to be able to connect to locations and spirits through a television screen. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
So, my favorite evidence from the episode, I have a series of answers because it all correlates back to the new PS device that they used this episode. They asked the question, do you want us to leave? And it responded with, can you? Then they asked, who are you? Mark was the answer. And then, why are you so angry? Devil. Those were the three that I wrote down. They had a series of
They had two more because I wrote them all down too. They said, why are you upset? And it said secret. And then they said, should we be worried about you? And it said evil.
Yes. I felt like those three stood out to me, the ones that I read, especially with the name Mark. It's like, at least this thing has a name. But when they asked, why are you so angry? And it said devil, I do not like that. It makes me so uncomfortable because as a Christian, just hearing those words, it gives me cold chills. It's so terrifying to be like, why are you so angry? And it's like, devil. What the fuck does that mean? Like, rude. That's disgusting. Bye. But yeah, I didn't. Those were the things that stood out to me. And I liked that PS device. Like, that thing is really cool.
I thought the PS device was the thing that had us the most. Like, it was like me, my mom, my dad, and then Katie came over. And that's the thing that had the majority of us, like, audibly, like, what? What the fuck? Like, that was just crazy.
Super cool, though. Like, I've never seen that before, I don't believe. And if I have, it's been a very long time. So that was really cool.
I would like to point out that I feel like if there's a spirit that people are saying is human and it has to say evil and devil or shit like that, like, I feel like you're trying so hard to seem so big and you're just not.
Right.
I just feel like this is some pissed off little weenie guy that's trying to scare a bunch of kids. It's just like, calm down, bud. Like,
you know, I like that perspective because it definitely, I don't like when it uses words like that. Because, you know, with the nurse, you know, being like, don't go to the fourth floor, trying to be, having this protective energy. There you go to the fourth floor, and then all these like words come back like evil, devil. It's like, first of all, fuck you. What the fuck? Second of all, don't use words like that, please.
because it gives them more power.
Right. They feed off that energy.
And obviously he had a lot for moving the freaking elevator door like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was insane. Like, I hardly fuck with actual elevators, let alone 95-year-old haunted elevators. So
yeah, that was bad.
That was bad. You could not have paid me money to get on that damn thing. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I know, I love how they're all, oh, let's stay away from the elevator. Gets on the fucking elevator.
Yeah, well, Chelsea didn't give them a choice. She's like,
Same.
get on the freaking elevator, you bunch of weenies. Like,
Same thing as, don't go to the fourth floor. Let's go to the fourth floor. What the fuck are you doing?
And guess whose idea that was? Dakota's.
Plot twist. Dakota. Just kidding. Not a plot twist. It's just Dak on his normal fucking bullshit.
Exactly. But this time Chelsea was like, you know what? I am a little bit curious too. And then they said, oh my God, what did they say? Oh yeah, we're wired the same.
Clearly.
well, yeah, I would say so.
The genes run strong in the Leyden pool.
Let's call Polly in on this one.
Do you also think the same way, Mom?
Yeah, like,
Polly, do you think the same way?
do you think your kids think the same way?
Oh.
They're both terrifying then.
Buggy, what was your favorite evidence?
Well, I really, really liked the PS device as well. But another one that I had kind of like neck and neck with that was the female like moan / scream that they got when Dak fell. Because
I was waiting for that.
here comes Mads getting humor out of other people's pain.
Yeah, I
Dakota's
played that
totally-
over again too.
Because I don't just disembodied voices, man. There's something about them. Just spine tingling.
The fact, though, that they were like, yeah, maternity ward. And then they're like, oh my god, that sounded like someone screaming in pain. It's like, okay, yeah,
makes
that
sense.
definitely sounds residual. Like someone is giving birth right
Adds up.
now.
Mhm.
WTF.
Adds up.
Wait, did I ever tell y'all the theory? Because if someone's moaning and they're on a maternity ward, okay, my mom has this theory, and I can't remember if I mentioned it in our first episode.
I don't think so.
When we were talking about, all of our thoughts, opinions, experiences on like life and the paranormal.
No, the way you segued this, I don't think you've mentioned this specific thing.
Well, this is a very interesting theory that I think has some truth behind it. When it comes to the paranormal, let me just phrase it like this. My mom is not 100% rooted in any ideology or thought. She is just kind of like, okay, this may be a possibility, and I think that there's some truth behind it. And in this aspect, when it comes to the maternity ward, and there's moaning and screaming and whatnot, my mom believes that there's a parallel universe where in that parallel universe, there is truly a woman giving birth. And this could be our timeline is not with the present. There's multiple dimensions and we're all living on the same current timeline. So like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Outlander, but
Yes.
when I started watching Outlander, it kind of put me to thinking about this whole timeline kind of theory where it's like multiple dimensions, where in your present time, someone's dead. You can see their grave. You know that their dead body is in the ground, right? It's 2023. Someone from the 1700s is dead, right? Right. But in their time, 2023 doesn't exist. So they're actively living in the 1700s. And they're still alive. But the timelines are parallel. So we're alive and they're alive. So it's a very complicated thought, okay? Where it's like there's multiple dimensions. So if you go into this building and you're like, oh, it's haunted. And in 2023, it's abandoned. But at the time that it was running, it wasn't. But 2023 didn't exist. They were still very much alive. So my mom thinks that there's multiple dimensions in that when you go and you hear something that's paranormal, it's not actually paranormal. It's from a different dimension. And they're actually alive. And if they hear something in their time, they could have been hearing Dakota, Chelsea, Alex, Tanner, because they didn't exist when they were alive. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a very complicated thought. But when we started watching Outlander, my mom was like, I bet you there's some truth to that. I bet you, like, yes, we can't time travel, but like everybody still coexists in the same timeline, but in a different dimension. So it's a very broad thought process there, but I think that there's some truth to that. Because
nothing is impossible.
Yeah, no. And why would a spirit be giving birth? Think about that. Like,
well, I mean, it's not. It might not be that the spirit's giving birth, but like, because last week you said that hauntings could be just residual energy. So like,
but do you see what I mean though? Like, there's no solid answer to any of it. There's just so many theories as to why these things keep happening. It's so bizarre. And I could just keep going down a loophole, but I just wanted to share my thought process on that because that was a perfect example. It's either a residual energy or maybe we do live in multiple dimensions and we just don't know it.
Nothing's impossible. And if people would just expand their minds more and just think about these things, like there's just so many avenues you could take with all of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Instead of just shutting it down, which is
like, what's the harm in like thinking about it and theorizing it? Like, it's just fun, you know? It's fun to think of alternate realities and different possibilities, and nothing is as black and white as people try to make it out to be, and we just need to stop doing that. Okay? That's your
100%.
lecture for the day.
Speaking of coping mechanisms, that is a coping mechanism. People are terrified of what they don't know.
Yeah, so
I
they
think
only
that
want to
that's
know
mostly-
what they know.
Yeah, that's why people won't face it or won't think about it, because it's terrifying and they
Oh, yeah.
can't comprehend it.
It's a terrifying thought if you keep
Yeah.
going down the hole. I mean,
It can be. But I mean, sometimes just probably just like what the Project Fear crew does in their exploration. Are you more curious or are you more terrified?
curious.
Curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that theory because every time that I see something like that or discuss something like that with someone, I really think that there's a truth to it all. But like, it's just very fascinating how some people will just shut things down and they're just so black and white about everything. Like,
I mean, the black and white thing, you can apply that to any aspect of your life.
it's true.
Just that whole general topic that we touched base on, like just people only want to make things out to be as black and white as they can. Like you can apply that to anything in any aspect of life.
Yeah, 100%. Well, now I believe we should get into some honorable mentions. Who wants to go first? Because I got a list, motherfuckers.
I have lots. Well,
Me
not
too.
lots, but
There is one thing that I do want to say. I'm not going to say it yet, but about Dakota, I'm about to flame his ass here in a second.
oh yeah, we know.
That's what I was waiting for honorable mentions for, because I knew you were going to.
I know. I'm like, how could you forget to put the honorable mentions on the fucking list, Mads? Come on. What the fuck? You've been waiting this whole time to fucking roast Dakota's ass
With anticipation, I've been
over the
sweating.
fire, and then you're just like, oh, I'm gonna forget about honorable mentions. Okay.
I've been sweating, heavy breathing. It's like, I can't wait to say it.
I know. So I love in the car when they were like trying to get Chelsea to give them a hint, and she was like, "You guys are my best friends, and my brother." I just thought that was funny. I just wanted to mention it.
It's very funny.
Okay, Mads, you've been waiting with anticipation. Go.
Okay. All right, Dakota, if you're listening to this, okay, it is not pronounced Appalachian, buddy. It's pronounced Appalachian. Appalachian. Okay? Do you understand? All right.
Do it again. Say it one more time for the people in the back.
It's pronounced Appalachian, not Appalachian. And if you say Appalachian, then you're not from that mountain range or anywhere near it. And that is just, that's what the locals call it, is Appalachian. Look it up. Google it, sir. Google it, you big weenie.
Maybe just Google the pronunciation to make Mads feel better.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, a lot of people do pronounce it Appalachian, but that really is a heavy indicator that you're not from that area. You're not from anything like that. You don't be making soup beans on a Saturday night with cornbread.
Soup beans.
Soup beans.
Gross.
Guys, soup beans are actually really good. So fuck you.
You absolutely could not get me to put that in my mouth.
But Jamie, it's actually really good. Like, dead ass, it's pinto beans. And like,
Okay, it's
No.
pinto beans. Like that's supposed to mean anything? Gross.
Yeah.
pinto beans, you put it in like with chicken stock and
Can't have it.
are you serious?
Wow.
What a fucking weenie. Anyway,
She
you
was
can
saying
put
ha-ha as if it was bad for us.
well, listen to what all's in it. Let me just pull up a recipe.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, Jay, I have an excuse to not eat it, unlike you.
True.
You are fucking lame. So anyway, pinto beans, bacon. You let the bacon cook in it. I like putting it in a crock pot. Onion, garlic, cayenne pepper. Some people put jalapenos in it, but not me. And then chicken stock, salt, pepper. You know, does that not sound good? Except Buggy, she can't eat it.
I literally cannot eat that.
Wow. That makes me depressed. Can you eat cornbread?
If my mom makes it, if
Really?
it's gluten-free and dairy-free.
Okay. Well, that just takes out the fun.
Okay.
I feel so bad for you because I really wish that you weren't allergic to stuff so I can make you a good ass
Bro, me too.
home cooked Southern meal and like the real thing, which I still haven't done with all of us together.
I just want to eat junk food again.
Yeah. And Wawa.
Anything. Just anything.
And Wawa.
Traveling is hard as shit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Wawa smoothies. I just want a Wawa smoothie
We'll get one.
with 2 shots of caffeine.
Is that what you put in it when we were in Philadelphia?
Yeah. I've never felt more alive.
Her heart is beating like 160 beats per minute.
Worth it.
I've never felt more alive.
No, for real though, like, I wish I have written a formal complaint to Wawa that they're putting a shit ton of sheets around me, and I don't want sheets. I want Wawa. I'm waiting for their response.
Oh, you want to know something? I found out that there's sheets in North Carolina.
Are you gonna try it?
I don't know where it's at. Far away.
Boo.
Is it worth it? It's literally Wawa is like QT, and Bergie has been to QT. It's similar because you can go and order food, and they cook it for you and stuff like that. And you can get ice cream there. You can get coffee there. They have a whole coffee bar. Like Wawa is very similar to QT, but the thing with QT is that it's called QT means quick trip. So when you go in there, you're supposed to be in and out like super fast, and they ring up your stuff, and it's like ding 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 ding. Okay, this is your total. Okay, bye. Like it's supposed to be literally a quick trip. So for what it's worth, it's very similar to Wawa. So now, Jamie, you have to come down to the South, and you have to try QT, and you may like it. So.
Well, I mean, Sheets is also the same exact thing, but like I just really prefer the Wawa smoothies.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I'd give anything.
I'd give my whole toe for that.
I would give my butthole antenna just for that right now.
Not the butthole antenna. Baby J, what is some of your honorable mentions? Because we've got a list, but name one for us.
So, I know you'll get a real kick out of this one. Dakota falling down, right? Hilarious.
So funny.
The way he just flailed around.
Like, sir, that was so extra.
I mean, put yourself in his position. It's dark.
I've been there.
You can't see anything. You're standing with your back to an open fucking hallway, and you just hear "Wah!" from somewhere behind you. I'd probably flail around a little bit too.
You're giving him the benefit of a doubt, and I don't.
But I'm
agree.
just trying to play devil's advocate here. we may be a little bit harsh to Dakota sometimes. So I was just trying to be nice.
Dakota.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're trying to be nice, and you're trying not to be an asshole. But
Yeah, you're a fucking weenie though, Dak. A big fucking weenie.
Big weenie. Big old weenie.
But we love you.
Big D stink brain.
What? You were too close to the mic that time.
Oh no. It was for effect.
She was giving him a big old kiss.
Oh no, she doesn't like her kissy sounds. Remember?
No.
Blah.
You're subconscious. Don't bring it up.
Jamie, kiss me back. Oh, now my
Why
face
is
is
so
wet.
conscious? That makes me think that your kissy sounds are like big old smacking.
Did you not just hear her? She literally just licked my face.
Yeah, that's worse than whatever her kissy sound would be.
Mind your fucking business, right? God. You asked for it.
Let me tell you something, Jay. I love you to death, okay? I just want to say this, but I'm about to flame your ass for a second. Sometimes I feel like I can tell. I don't know if all Pennsylvanians are like this, but you are the embodiment of what I would think a Pennsylvanian hometown little girl is. Like, I'm surprised that you wear pants.
Wow.
I would think that you wear skirts.
Wow. Madeline.
I don't like to wear pants, but you kind of have to. Fuck.
Are
You know
you
what I mean?
are you state profiling Jamie right now?
She is.
Hey, guess
And
what?
I'll have you know
I'm over
that
there right
there's
now.
more yeehaws out here in Pennsylvania than there are me. Mm-hmm. There's more
But
you
no,
than me here, bitch.
In all honesty, if I didn't know you, I would think that you were like a church girl with like a Bible and
And
constantly-
read your Bible.
Yeah, because you're just like you were so embarrassed about the butthole antenna, and we're like, we should keep it in. And you're like, I mean, I can't.
We're just like, no, it's peak comedy. We're leaving it. Jamie's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's fucking funny. Deal with it.
But Jay, I love you, ma'am. You're
I
just
love you too, bitch.
you're so seemingly innocent, and it's so funny.
It's funny because she's seemingly innocent, but she's not actually innocent.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I have this thing where I have absolutely zero self-confidence.
Stop it.
So, like, I can't go in front of people like we're doing right now and be like, yeah, I have an antenna in my butthole. Like,
Yeah, that makes sense though. That 100% makes sense.
me.
No one's gonna hate you.
No.
You don't know that either.
Jay, nobody's gonna hate you. Everybody thought it was fucking funny, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no one will. No. Let me tell you.
Gain confidence.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? You guys said that it was my turn to be weird this episode, so I'm going to tell you guys what happened in Pennsylvania that disgusted everyone. That came from me.
Oh, God. I don't want to hear about the fucking toe cream.
Look, you ruined it.
Nobody wants to hear about the toe cream.
Yeah, but
I
I
have
want-
trauma
I
from
want
that
to make-
experience.
I'm going to make Jamie feel better about it. So
No, that's not gonna make me feel better.
Nats, you don't have to out yourself to make Jay feel better.
No.
Okay, but
No,
It
now
makes
listen,
it worse.
It is your turn. It is your turn to be weird, but like, because I said I was wet for Project Fear, and Jay said she has a butthole antenna. We want new content from you, not toe cream content.
okay. Well, now that I said something about, or you said something about it, you fucking biatch. Let me just get into it.
Don't call me a biatch. You were gonna bring it up anyway. She's like, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, and then I pulled like I crescented Madeline.
You cock blocked me.
I crescented you. Oh fuck.
But now I feel like I have to give a backstory. It's not what you think it is, okay? Like when me and Boogie went to Washington D.C., I didn't wear the right socks, and we walked like miles and miles and miles around D.C. and I got really bad blisters. And when we were at Pennhurst, they popped, and it was really gross. And I've never had that happen to me before, and I felt really embarrassed about it. So my thing to do when I am embarrassed is I tell everyone about it so I can't be embarrassed. So I make everyone aware of how bad it is so they can't think bad things about me. So, toe cream.
Toe cream.
So you heard it here. Hashtag toe cream. Get it
Oh,
trending.
God.
There you go.
Say babes toe cream.
Gross.
It's
It
really
was, it was one thing just to mention toe cream, but then it was like, do you want some toe cream with your jam and shit like that? I was like, ugh, gross.
That was it.
Can we not make this a
But that's how I make myself feel better about terrible, awkward situations.
It was
Like,
fine.
Because if you guys, knowing you guys or like anybody else, unless I'm with Sierra, like Sierra, I've known Sierra for so long. We live together. We're like besties. We go everywhere together. Sierra would be like, bitch, that's fucking nasty. That's fucking nasty. Like she would say something like that before I even got the chance. But
That's
you
what
guys
we
would just
did.
be like, No,
We were like,
no.
that is disgusting.
Dude, what I mean is that she would have seen it before I would have said anything because I'm so comfortable around her. I wouldn't have been like, I got toe cream. I got toe cream.
Oh, so you're saying
No.
you're not comfortable around us?
I am.
Wow.
Sad.
I
Oh,
can't believe it.
I'm offended.
Our entire friendship just blown up on Fear Babes podcast.
We just, our friendship imploded. This is it. You'll never hear another podcast. It's over.
Yep. That's the end.
Oh,
Goodbye,
fuck no.
everyone. It was a great run.
We love you all. You'll never hear from me again. My life just ended. My best friends are gone. I have no one now.
Like a stab to the heart. No, It's not that. It's just more of like she feels so comfortable around me that she would sit there and she would look at him and she'd be like, "Damn, girl, that's fucking nasty. Your feet smell like asshole." Like, it would be like that. But you guys would just have been like, I would have been so embarrassed because, I don't know, like, I don't see you guys every single day. We talk about some crazy shit, let me tell
Bro,
you.
our booties touched
Yeah, they did.
when we slept. So
Yeah, did.
you can't go back from that. We're
It's
booty
true.
buddies now.
We're booty buddies now. We actually, in Atlanta, we slept together for the first time, and it was magical.
The way that sounded. In Atlanta, we slept together for the first time. We slept in the same bed together for the first time in Atlanta. We slept together.
That's a whole story within itself. I love Amanda. Amanda and I have been friends forever, but we had an incident.
Wait,
and
hold on. I also love Amanda.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah, just if she listened, I didn't want her to feel like we didn't love her.
Are you
We love you.
We do. We do love her. But yeah, there was an incident and I had to sleep in Boogie's bed, but that was fine because we didn't really sleep. We slept for like 5 hours, maybe.
Yeah, when we took our nap.
We took a nap.
When we took our 5 a.m. nap.
And we all woke up fresh as a daisy. Didn't even look like we didn't get any sleep at all.
All I did was rub the mascara dots off my face, and then I went out into the public just crusty as fuck.
I think we looked great, honestly, for us to barely
All
have.
things considered, yes, we did.
Especially Amanda. I was like, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Can I look like you? Please. Because, like, I was just like, how do you come back from that? But anyway.
Fucking trooper.
She came back hard. Bad bitch. But, anyway, what were we talking about?
Your toe cream.
No.
Oh, you're not comfortable with us.
I am comfortable.
You never whole friendship imploded, I remember.
You guys, I am comfortable. I just do things to make myself, like, not be embarrassed. Like, if I trip somewhere, I'm going to make it a whole thing. Like, I'm going to be so dramatic about it. And I'm going to be like, I'm tripping. So nobody else can feel sorry for me. Like, I don't want people to feel sorry for me.
People can't laugh at you if you laughed at yourself.
Exactly.
Then they're just laughing with you.
Yeah, that's my whole motto, okay? They can't laugh at me. They have to laugh with me, okay?
I mean, I wish people just would, we're all humans. We all have the human experience. So, be nice. Just fucking be nice, man.
True.
Anyways, should we get back to topic with honorable mentions?
Let's get back. So, Jamie, did you complete your honorable mention thought?
No. No, I didn't.
Keep going.
Got really excited about Dakota falling over. So, Dakota falling, and then everybody being like, yeah, well, Dakota just fell. Like, can you come help? And then they were like, oh my god, it just got cold over here. She's like, oh shit, it's her. It's the nurse. Still working hard. That was really freaking cool.
Super cool.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mention.
Oh, we have to talk about the shadow thingy in the doorway.
Oh, yeah, in the x-ray room.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know, but it was fucking scary.
It kind of like me and Katie saw it, and Mom and Dad didn't see it, and we had to like pause and rewind like 5 times because they were like looking at the wrong spot. We figured out. We were like, it's right here, and we're like doing that whole like, it's a chalkboard, and we have the pointer thing, like type of bullshit. We're like, it's right here in this area. Watch it. And then when they did see it, they freaked out. But do you think it was like a hand or an arm or something, just like by the door?
Probably a hand. Probably a hand.
Yeah, that was my thought.
I also thought it was a hand, but I was like, what is that?
Awesomeness, that's what it was.
Yeah. And also sketchiness.
Let me just say this to anyone who owns a fucking haunted building. Why do you keep mannequins in the place?
I know.
No, for real though.
Tell me
That
why.
would creep me out so fucking bad.
That, ugh, it just makes me want to barf. Like, what are you doing? Why is it there? You know that it's haunted. So why do you have mannequins in there? You want people to shit themselves right there on your floor? Because if I shit myself, I'm not cleaning it up. That's for you. You decided to make me shit myself. I leave it there.
What the fuck? If you make me shit myself, I will leave it there.
She's very passionate about it. I don't know.
It's true.
She went full accent and everything.
Like, it makes me so mad. Like, if I see a mannequin in a haunted place, like, they did that shit at the fucking place in Charleston. It was the dungeon. And they have mannequins from, like, the 1700s. Like, they're dressed in the 1700s everywhere. Like, that's not fucking creepy. It's pitch black dark in there. And you have stuff set up like that. Like, that's scary. I'm sorry.
They did that in Deadwood when we did one of the brothel tours. They had a mannequin sitting on a bed and nobody knew, and like people walked around to that room and they were like, ah! And they're like freaking out. And we're like, oh yeah. They're like, yeah, we're just trying to set up like mannequins so, you know, to make it look like people are here. And we're like, for what purposes?
Yeah, there's no valid reason
Sketchy.
for that.
That's a good way to scare people.
Yeah. And especially when they put them in creepy places, because in the dungeon in Charleston, they used to put people down in the ground because Charleston at that time, you know, the tide was in a little bit further. So every time that the tide would come all the way in, it would drown people. And they had a mannequin down there in that, and it scared the shit out of me and Sierra when we went in there. I was like, and I was like, you know how babies, if you scare them, they go, that was me.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You're welcome. Anyway, God bless America. Are we ever going to get on topic?
We were. That what it started because we were talking about honorable mentions. Because you started, you were like, why are there mannequins?
That's true, but like, yeah. Anyway.
Anybody else have any other honorable mentions?
When Dakota goes down on the elevator, when they push him in and then they shut him in there, and then he goes,
No,
no,
like, press the button.
I'm going back up.
Pull the lever, Crunk. Run, lever.
And you just see his silhouette just going down, and he's like freaking out.
Oh god.
Madeline, you'll laugh. Your laugh and Tanner's laugh, some of my favorite laughs in the whole world.
Literally, Tanner's laugh in the episode last night really got me.
It was so funny. He did it. It was like twice that I noted where I was like, Tanner. Like when the train scared them, they were all like, I think it was Chelsea and Dakota. They're like, ah! And then Tanner was like,
That part was funny too because they were like all like involved in what they're doing, and the train is like beep, and they're like, what the fuck?
Dang train.
I've been I've been camping though, and there's like in Thermopolis, the hot springs, when we go camping, there's a train track like right on the other side of the river, which is right next to the campground. And it'll be like 3 a.m. and the train rolls through. It scares the shit out of you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I live near a train and like very close, and not close enough to where it's like it makes a house shake, but like, God, I'm so sorry.
Can you do that one more time, please? Great.
Yep.
God bless America. Anyway,
No, that was last week.
what?
Happy birthday, America!
You said God bless America. That was last week.
Yeah. Did everybody have a good 4th? Let us know. I ate a lot of weenies.
Oh, the weenies. Oh, weenies.
Okay.
Oh.
You can.
We don't need to know what you do in your free time, Madeline.
Oh,
Fuck you.
oh, Jay.
I'm living my life, girl. You just do your
Eating
thing.
all the weenies.
Eating all the weenies.
Oh, so this just in. Weenies are Madeline's type. Interesting.
What?
You heard me.
Weenies are my type, so yeah. Oh, and now I see what you did.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
It
You're
took you that long?
Listen, give me a fucking break. It's still relatively early.
Bitch, I got up at 6:30.
That's on you.
No, actually, it's on you guys.
Sorry. So I feel really bad.
Can I poop in your mouth?
What the fuck?
Why? Why no?
I will say I don't have
Why?
any personal experiences this episode.
Oh, does Jamie have any personal experience that can relate?
Yes, actually.
Oh, lay it on us.
When we had the paranormal group come out to our house, I talked about this last episode, I think. I got to do a spirit box session with headphones. And we had one person who I'm assuming is the issue, kind of calling out family members, kind of just try to freak people out. And we had, me specifically, I had the previous homeowner who killed himself here, hung himself in the upstairs hallway. He pretty much has done everything he could to protect me here. So it kind of relates to like how the nurse was like, hey, just stay away, like leave him. That was kind of how it was here. And hopefully he moved on and didn't feel like he had to stay for that, because it was just a horrible situation for the poor guy. But like, we have a really shitty thing here, and I had someone that was just trying to keep me safe and keep me away from whatever the fuck that is that's here.
I love that. I love that
Yeah.
they're trying to keep you safe.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He had a pregnant wife when he died. It was really sad.
Oh.
Love that you're here trying to do good, but like, find your wife, go find your kid, man. Like,
Literally.
you don't need to be here. It was sad. But that's my personal experience. I can kind of relate to it.
Sad.
Yeah. There's our downer for the episode.
We had to get it in somehow.
Yeah. Well, you asked. You asked, man.
I gave the people what they wanted.
Now, let's get into our next segment. Fear Fam comments from the episode.
What are you doing?
What?
Why are you talking like that?
She's living her best life.
I dissociated and now I came back as a different person. So
Let's get into our next segment, Fear Fam comments.
next from the episode. So first, I'm going to have Jamie go and read her comment. We didn't get a lot of comments this time, but that's on me. I posted the tweet late. So sorry. So we have 2 Fear Fam comments, and then Boogie's parents.
They gave me some insight on what to tell y'all, so.
Yeah. So here we go. Jay, go first with your comment.
All right. So we got Adam Lopez at AdamJL121 said, best episode yet. The REM pods going off when the group was asking questions was great. Excited to see what Alex has for revenge on his location for Chelsea. Yes, I would never, ever, ever want to piss Alex off, first and foremost.
Piss off Alex.
Oh my god.
He do be scary.
That man, I swear to God. He got a dark side, man.
Like, it's all fun and games for Chelsea right now, but I don't feel like it's going to be fun and games when it's his turn.
Yeah.
No,
You think the dungeon was bad? It's okay. It's okay. Everything's
Hashtag shitty bestie.
no.
Alex, we love you. Please don't be mad at us. The REM pods, though, that was absolutely freaking incredible. It was so direct. Every single response, absolutely awesome. Totally agree with you, Adam.
So cool.
Thank you for your tweet.
Thank you.
So our next one is from our longtime supporter, Victoria. Hey, at fearfan_4. She said, I trust Dakota's crazy ideas more than that creepy old ass elevator, and I agree. Yeah, like I said earlier, you could not pay me money to get on that thing, so.
I barely fuck with functioning new elevators, let alone creepy ass 95-year-old ones, like I said, so.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
Elevators are sketch. Okay. Notes from the parents. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. It's not quite what you might hope it would be. First of all, Dawn said he saw the scariest thing that he's ever seen on the show in this episode. Would you like to know what that is?
I know what it is, but please tell us.
The way that they packed the van. He was so upset about it. He was literally ranting about it. He's like, that is not how you pack a van. He's like, your Tetris skills are horrible, and my OCD is just wigging out right now. And I was like, oh, you have OCD? And he's like, no. And I was like, you have CDO? And he's like, yeah, because that's alphabetical.
I felt that. I did, because when Alex tossed Chelsea's suitcase in the back of that van and it was just like half dangling out, I'm like, what are you doing?
I know.
Like, why are you doing that?
That was so rude.
Weird.
And then Mom said that one of her favorite parts was when they ran into the fan at the gas station. And I don't know if everybody noticed, but that fan, she was wearing a Destination Fear bracelet. Did you guys see that? Mom noticed it. Yeah, Mom noticed it.
Awesome.
She was like, she has a bracelet on.
So cute.
She just thought that whole moment was cute, so she wanted me to mention that she thought it was
Well, I will say I love that they included her in the episode.
Me too.
That was awesome.
That was way cute. And then Katie joined us last night. I don't know if you guys saw my videos on Twitter. Like, Katie's reactions were almost better than Mom's this time. Mom trained her well. the part, I think my favorite one was the part where Chelsea was like, yeah, so one of you are going to go alone. And Katie's like, I am not Team Chelsea right now. I thought it was funny.
That is awesome.
Like, we love Chelsea, but not Team Chelsea right now. For the first time ever.
I'll always be Team Chelsea.
Team Chelsea.
Team Chelsea forever.
Chelsea.
Yeah, because Team Chelsea's the coolest team to be on, so.
It's true. Sorry, whatever the other ones' names are.
Sorry, you fucking weenies.
We're just kidding. We love you. I
Do
swear.
Do we though?
Yeah. If we didn't love them, we wouldn't
Depends
do
on
what
the
we
day.
do.
It really just
Yeah, it
depends
does.
on the day for me.
That does for me too. Let's be completely honest. Same.
Oh,
Pardon? I'd like to run that by us again.
We did make a whole podcast for them, though, so
Facts.
We did.
if that doesn't show you how we feel about them, I don't know what does.
Next week, we are having our very first guest on the podcast, Rachel.
Rachel
Woo!
Louise on Twitter. She found the hidden duck in our logo that I hid in our logo. If you guys didn't know,
Super
I hid a
fast.
duck in the logo.
You the best, Rachel.
She's the first one to find it. There's a handful of people that found it, but she was the first.
Yes.
And I think she found it within like 32 minutes, and I was really fucking impressed by that.
She's fast as fuck, boy.
It took me like 2 or 3 days.
Several people a couple days.
I have something to admit.
You still haven't found it?
I just found it. We've had that logo for how long? And I just found it when we did that.
Since, like,
Loser.
Thank you. Aren't I?
The silence.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Jay tell you guys how you can be a guest in future episodes, because she's the one who had the grand idea of how we should go about this.
Well, babies, we are going to be running contests just randomly. We will probably put something in the episode or
Quiz you on the episode.
quiz you. Yes. We will do something fun that everyone will have fun doing, including us, because we're the party. We're the
Yeah.
party. And you're going to have a freaking party with us. You're going to have lots of fun playing our games and
Lots of
coming and
chaos.
talking to us. Yeah. Welcome to our chaos. Get the heck on here with us. We are very excited to have everyone on. Really, really super duper looking forward to talking to you guys. And thank you to anybody who is going to come on and who is going to listen or interact with the contests at all, but specifically Rachel for being our first guest.
You're the best, Rachel. To clarify, I think I'm just like speaking out loud. You always speak out loud. What the fuck is wrong with my brain? I'm thinking out loud here. So we'll either put hidden weird phrases in, like butthole antenna would have been a prime example. Mondays we'll tweet out a question, like what was our hidden phrase, who found the hidden phrase, or like, what does Jamie have in her butthole? And the answer would have been antenna. And whoever,
What a question.
Wow.
whoever
I could
answers
make a joke, but
first.
I'm not going to because I'm already embarrassed. So it's
the
fine.
response to that, like to someone who didn't answer
Okay.
a butt plug.
So to make Jay less embarrassed, the episode before that would have been like, Burgundy is what for Project Fear?
Yeah.
There you go. And
Fill
the
in
answer
the
would have been wet. So, anyways, there, Jay. Now we're both embarrassed.
Right.
But no, we're taking Madeline's approach. You can't be embarrassed if you don't let yourself be embarrassed.
Exactly.
Anyways, so we'll post either Monday or Tuesday, probably Monday, because we want you guys to listen to the episode, as quick as possible, because we're selfish like that. With our question, whoever answers the question first will be the next guest on the podcast. It's basically how we're gonna run this.
And I do want to add, you have to truthfully want to be on the podcast, and you have to understand that you will be in the episode. Like, we will be recording you and putting you in the episode.
Yeah, no pressure if you don't want to be on it. We're not going to force you to be on it. But please, just come into it with you authentically want to be on with us. Like, you actually want to. This is something you want to do.
Yes. Because I totally understand, like, not wanting to be recorded. That's totally understandable. But, yeah, that's the contest stuff full of people who want to be on. So just keep that in mind. And typically we film on either late on a Friday night. So you would have had to watch the episode of Project Fear by the time we record. And typically on Friday night or a Saturday morning is what we do.
We
So you
are
have to-
in different time zones.
Yes.
Like, Madeline and Jamie are 2 hours ahead of me. So right now it's almost 10 a.m. for me. That means it's almost noon for them. We got to work with the time zones a little bit. So if that won't be a problem, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that definitely would not be a problem. But typically, I do just want to say it's morning East Coast time on Saturdays and late in the evening, like near 9, 10 o'clock sometimes on East Coast time on Friday evenings.
It would be
So
closer to 10.
Just keep that in mind, children.
If you win a contest and the date of recording doesn't work for you, we're not going to say you can't ever be on. We'll find a different date for you and find somebody else who can do it that week.
And then maybe you can do it the next week. We'll work it out.
Yeah. If you want to join us, we want you to join us. And also, we will be looking for your favorite moment of the episode and your favorite evidence and your overall thought as well. So just kind of so everyone knows what to expect, what we want to chat with Fear Fam members about.
Yeehaw! So, with that being said, thank you guys for joining us for episode 4 of Fear Babes podcast.
Please join us next week so we can figure out how evil Chelsea's going to be with the sleeping alone process.
We can't wait for you to listen to our chaos again. We love you. Thanks for listening.
Love you.
Bye, babes.
Bye, babes.
Bye, babe.
Seriously. Serious note. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it.
I'm gonna go poop now.
Jamie has nothing to add.
The silence. Okay. Nailed it. Bye, bitches.
Bye. Yeesh.
Yee. Yeehaw!